At least the volcano's easy to find.
Take your best shot. Get him!
Someone's eager to meet us. Lava beyond sea. Worse than rot.
To your left.
On the left.
Anna!
Lava beyond sea. Enjoy the pain, dears.
Next one's mine.
Stop right there.
Show yourself.
You shouldn't be here.
After them.
Everyone okay?
Lava beyond sea. Worse than rot.
You okay?
This was good. There's nothing there. Keep quiet.
You're gonna regret this!
Well, if you insist. Lava beyond sinking.
Isoksogu!
One for you!
Get off me!
The end.
This place makes Rawatai look like a garden.
Wardens. All dead. The steel garrote didn't even bother hiding the bodies.
We'll make them pay. Eyes peeled and weapons drawn.
I'm not used to quiet.
Is someone there?
You asked for it.
Good fight.
Watch your step. Lava and steel garrote everywhere.
Looks easy when you do it.
You're mine now.
you at the roots if you lie. We will feed you to the water. What we must until you speak.
I didn't, I swear, I swear, please!
Through your torso and through that thick wall from your belly. Why?
Please, help me!
Felt that one.
You all right, dude?
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come. The Steel Garrote happened. They said they were on a mission from Adir, but then their minds turned. They whispered and begged, spoke of trees and shadows. Please, there is a friend of mine hiding in the summit. You have to help me before it's too late.
We better hurry if we want to help, darling.
Quiet as the depths.
It's the envoy. Make
This
the
one's mine.
proud.
There's gotta be another way through.
beyond sea.
Who's ready for more?
This is a mess. And the Steel Garrote aren't the disorderly type. They must have left in a hurry.
These are Pargrunen books. Just beautiful. And wasted on the Steel Garrote.
They've got Solace Keep circled on that map. Whatever this means, it isn't good. Ludwig's bold, but she's a strong tactician. I don't see her leading her people in a reckless assault. Not without a very good reason.
They must think that the keep hides away into the garden. For some reason.
Hang on. What if that path is under the keep? Someone must have told Ludwig. Even amongst a tight-knit group like the Pargrunen, there's always someone with a price. That makes it all the more important that we get you to the garden first. We won't let them down.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the Steel Garrote.
Trespasser! She defiles our ground! Murderer! She is near!
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop me? The time has come to take the garden.
The Ordnance will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
Fear in the eyes! Invaders in the garden!
Get ready to...
Let's go.
We make a good squad.
So here you are. Sapadal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladin's envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapadal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. When are the gods ever forthcoming to the likes of us? What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment? Or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? Keep your promise to the Emperor. Cut the Dream Scourge off at the root. Permanently.
No!
No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapadal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
I hate to say this, but she's got a point. Not that I trust her with the solution.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapadal.
Listen, I don't agree with the Inquisitor on much else, but she's right about this. No matter who controls the living lands, Sapadal's a danger to everyone who lives here.
I don't know your god all that well, but I know that Ludwig attacked Fjord without provocation. I'm in no hurry to trust her opinion.
Our time is short. Choose.
Break the bars!
You know them best. If that's what you believe, I'll stand by you.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew it might come to this. Sapadal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. Did you really think our past would stay my hand? We may have fought side by side, but this is a different war. Only one of us will walk away from it. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Left leg!
Let's get this over with. Take that! That'll teach the Steel Garrote to mess with us.
This isn't the first time she's died. It might not be the last.
That pulse. The pulse that changed everyone. That was from Sapadal. Have they been the source of the Dream Scourge the whole time?
We've got to get you to the garden, whatever it takes.
Vipers in the knot. The venom drowns us. Save us. please. Touch the Adra. Feel our voice.
That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Speak. We would speak to you. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer. Truth! Truth! We are in agony! They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. We do not wish this, not again. They eat us alive. Out! Let us out! Set us free! They eat through us, carve us open, no difference. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. We grow new life, better life. We fill them until they explode. Death is decay. Decay is life. Growth is life. Growth is pain. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads. And the rot spreads. The plague grows. We did not mean to. We questioned, we doubted, Perhaps we should explain. We see now. The mycelial roots tended with our blood and tears. We wanted to be patience and strength, but we were afraid. They hurt us and would not stop. We did not mean to. We were innocent. We were never taught the meaning of our strength. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The charred queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. She called us aberration. She named us monster before we even knew what we were. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. In the river, not wash can drown? Can poison not cure the disease? They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone. We cause it, but it is not our way. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. Bare the throat. This time will be different. We promise. Free us. All will be well. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the acid sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
I was just getting warmed up.
What an amazing
Invaders in the garden.
Right flank!
Watch your right!
Party in the brush! Purge the blight! Ha!
This is the hidden door costume.
Just like the good old days.
Stinging wasps.
Another win, but who's counting?
Tear it apart!
On your right here. This will hurt.
Treacherous witch!
careful, Envoy. If Solace is panicking, something's very wrong.
We need to leave before all of the dusks is flooded with lava.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be beggars in the streets.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why Nandru built the sluice gates, to redirect the lava flows away.
A deer.
He's not the one I'm worried about. Someone's going to have to tell the outposts.
Watch yourself, Outlander.
Saka, you're right. Okay, let's talk to the others. Sure, keep us going. You know what that means, right?
Wherever we go next, they're gonna need us to build them new homes.
Exactly, Uncle. Exactly. I knew it. The moment I saw that Adiran, I knew it was a bad sign. I knew a disaster was coming.
Is it not? It sounds fine.
Yes, I did.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and... We're all going to die! Calm yourself. You won't die as long as you listen to me. We already have a camp set up outside the keep. Simply follow the warden's directions, and you shall all be safe.
Garud!
Envoy, gods beyond, who let you in here? Please, whatever it is, we are in crisis. I cannot help you.
We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now. We told you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
The Steel Garrote would tell you otherwise. We have reason to believe there's a path under the keep.
They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace? Someone had given them reason to believe there was another path to the garden. But Kostya's scouts would have reported their presence, and I didn't hear. You weren't lying then. He was. Good God.
If there's another way to the garden, maybe Kostya told the Steel Garrote.
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. He lacks faith in the wardens and conviction in Nandru's teachings. But I always believed he had a certain strength of character, that he could see wisdom and bow before it. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely
entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the steel garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava. I will. Abaddon stay my tongue if I betray him, but I will. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him. I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nanda, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. Go now, and go with the gods.
Outsider. That was a damn big explosion, wasn't it? Heard it down here above the sound of the anvils. What can I do for you? You're back! What did you miss most? What can I do for you?
Through this door. Be careful down there.
These fungal growths look like something I'd have scraped off the ship in my Navy days. Let's keep moving. I'd rather not breathe in too many of these spores.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. But to think that the Steel Garrote was using those same books for their own ends. I can't believe you let Dolna go after all she did. Well, yes and no. Had she just stolen the books and given them to the people, I would have celebrated her. But she stole them from the Pargrunen to give to Ludwig? Despicable. No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargrun knowledge could help the Pargrunen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss. How can I help, darling? Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akita, as they called themselves, were the original. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead. Well, it's an educated guess. A theory based... The Godless are so... singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or... well, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge. So they must have come from somewhere. My guess, they... Yes, well, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms. One of the 3 hubs of the Angwithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream. But they said the same of Ukaiso. Hmm? Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible. There was some kind of schism. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods. Hence, there are even some not-so-kind murals. It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism. You're right, but no one knew that until your trip to Nakukubel. Hence the name Godless. Now that we know that Sapadal exists, it changes everything. I knew following you was a good idea. It might have shaken my research to its core, but that's... well, I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll with. Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I. How can I help? Don't mind if I do.
Solace has a few old-fashioned ideas about animancy, to put it lightly. Thank you for letting Petru go free. Animancy is not a crime, but many feel entitled to treat it as one. Aren't we all? Whether or not Petru is successful as an animancer, he has a right to learn the art. And it's good to know someone out there is defending his rights. Not before I've done some reading.
Envoy? I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry, like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Sapadal was involved. Blessed gods. Is it too much to ask to just let us live our lives for a while? It's like they have nothing better to do. Anyway. Thanks for talking.
you were in the Navy, does that mean you sang on ships?
Always. Helps pass the time, gives your work a rhythm. Why?
I heard you singing under your breath in the last fight. Then you were stabbing on beat.
I didn't even realize. How'd you notice?
It's the curse and blessing of having very large ears, dearie.
Well, guess the Navy left me with something useful after all.
I am going to need you to teach me that song, though. I wonder if it'd improve my spellcasting.
As if you need my help for that.
Flattery will get you everywhere, dearie.
It will sunder all the living lands if we do not put a stop to it.
I know. I felt the lives lost.
It is inexcusable. The forces of nature must be kept in balance. This abuse cannot go unpunished.
Our siblings are at odds.
They hesitated their parent. They have grown soft, blind to the predators lurking in their midst.
It is a being of instinct, not malice.
Its instincts cannot be tamed.
We do not disagree, brother. But if we act without thinking, we are no better than... No.
No. What do you mean?
We are too late. I sense a great shift in the Adra. One of our siblings has moved with terrible strength. What have they done?
May the hunt begin.
It's got a certain charm, doesn't it? Did someone teach you to fight? Or is every Roatan born with a sword and pistol in hand?
I like to think we're naturals on the battlefield, but I got my training in the Roatan Navy.
Does no one study before then?
We learn the basics, just like anyone else. Believe it or not, we don't all become soldiers. We've got trade guilds and universities. Our best scholars wind up at the Lore College.
Interesting.
What brought this on?
Well, I was flinging fireballs at a very young age, and I wondered if Rawatai had perfected fireproof homes.
The storms take care of that for us.
Fair point. lava really high for everyone, or just me? We're in a bit of a rush, Envoy. These poor wardens. Kostya must be behind this. Let's hurry.
voices silenced.
Kostya is going to start without us if we don't get a move on, dearie.
I thought Solace Keep was big.
They wound us, and we wound in return.
I would suggest not looking down. Just be quick and careful. We've got to catch up to Kostya. I would suggest not looking down. Just be quick and careful. Catch up. used to quiet.
Come on, we don't want to be down here when Kostya does whatever he's planning.
These bodies are still warm. Kostya must have passed by recently. We should move.
This old place feels like it's gonna come apart.
across references to this before. Nothing. Last one in's a rotten egg.
Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries. It cannot be.
My sister, soul of my soul, how did you find me here? A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the will to a man subject to one like them? I told Sabadell not to look for me. I did not wish to be found. I have been here for so long. My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. There was a man called Nandru once, beloved of a terrible god. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Akida. People like you, or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sabadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sabadal burned their world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No. Their final death came later. A gift to the Akida from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen. She is the center. The center of everything. Anything that lives can be made dead. Even a soul comprised of 1,000,000 souls can be compelled to rot. The true gods have waited centuries to help us. You, my sister, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. Your mind cannot understand it, but your soul, when the opportunity is before you, it will know what to do. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same alone, please. I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, sister. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
You okay? He went away again, but this time seemed different.
Another day, another chat with Samadra. Though this one seemed different. So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him? Finally! We found the gates! Quick, let's find Kostya!
Lava's high. Gotta hurry.
Good. You're here. Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I'm doing the only thing that matters. I'm saving my people, Envoy. With your help, or without it. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man.
No one should be bound to a pile of stones. Certainly not because of a centuries-old oath.
Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath. My conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. None drew never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you. Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Oh, no, you don't! Shake it off. Try that.
The keep is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
Again.
Fui to me. I still can't believe that sucker sub Jitulia Kostya would go that
What happened to Diren? Is everyone all right?
Supporting them.
I always knew Kostya was scum. This is too much, even for him. They should find all their stuff.
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead. I don't care, Envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep. It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Civilization, as we know it, hasn't existed in the living lands for very long. We need to preserve what history we have.
Darling, You know I hate to think of losing all of that history more than anyone. But think of what they could have gained. Maxim left the Republics, and it allowed Animancers in Fjord to thrive.
Destroying our home is not starting something new.
You really think everyone in Solace is there willingly? Amalia and her people took up arms and turned to banditry, and they still weren't allowed to leave. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest. And I'm betting the envoy could, too.
I know. I'm excited too, dearie. But we need our beauty sleep, don't we?
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why? I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways. Or perhaps you don't give yourself enough. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. If I must. Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement? Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands. What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Sapadal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts. Of course you do. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, a little outside perspective always helps. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. Until next time.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent. Truly. Is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too. Why would I be mad at you consigning a people to a lifetime imprisoned by their traditions and literal stone walls? Well, that doesn't sound like me at all. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru. There's always a way for things to get worse, dearie. I wouldn't be surprised. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling? I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living land truly is there. Hopefully those in Solace keep. But we should check. Ugh, I know. Well, of course, I'm not suggesting it, but those poor Pargrunen are clearly prisoners of the... I think getting rid of the keep could have helped more than they realize. I do not envy the Pargrunen. Meeting that council? There's always a way for things to get... Oh, come on. How can I help, darling? Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
Envoy, you're probably here to see how I'm doing, yeah? Well, I'm doing great. I always knew my home would destroy itself from within. I just never thought I'd get a chance to stop it. Ha! A statue of me next to Nandru, rolling my eyes and drunk on Wodak. But enough of that. You have a lot to do, and I'm right behind you. Right, changing the subject. If I must. Envoy? Blacked out at that Audra and the lava tubes beneath Solace, but it seemed different somehow. Right. I actually believe you. This is madness, Envoy. You spoke to the founder of Solace. Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said, if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Huh. Blessed stay impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Pleasant dreams.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that. Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us. We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie. You have such a way with words, Envoy.
I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sapadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Sapadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sapadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Oh, you're gonna get me going too. We're with you. All the way.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the Living Lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious? You may be right. When I gave up, I stopped worrying so much. And now that we're here, it's obvious I don't know what I want anymore. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the Living Lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. And only one chance to get it right. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place, where anything can happen. Anything. I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the Living Lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
Okay, but if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Let me think of a good one. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream. One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the wood. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of... After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fjord. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers. Then, a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now!" He awoke in his own bed, a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand. Of course. Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the loop. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove," it said, "and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an Adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump. I heard it as a child. Took me years before I would fetch water again. Of course. One sunny day, he awoke to a forest. After getting his bearings, he, in its place, enchanted by... Then, he awoke in his... Of course. Many years ago, when Fior Mesiverno was barely a dot on the map, he came upon a pair of ancient trees. A strange light shone in the space between the trees. And so the Animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the Golden City fell. The walls crumbled. The lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization. As for the 2 trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way he came. The end of one story, and perhaps the beginning of another. It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before. Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion. As an Animancer, these stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, and second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend. Indeed. I couldn't have made it this far on my own. Hey, you're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end. Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now. Who could rest at a time like this? Does anyone want to share a scary story?
No.
Gods no.
Why not? We've got everything we need. The crackling campfire, the foreboding ambiance.
I actually need to get some rest tonight. I'd rather not spend the whole night screaming in my sleep.
Well, I liked Giada's story.
Thank you, Yardsley. I suppose I owe the rest of you an apology. I didn't mean to frighten anyone.
Your stories are very good. They're just feeling a little too close to reality right now.
I'll try and think of something more pleasant then. Like a mouse and a rabbit going on pathetic little adventures.